Irv Gotti is not dead. Irv Gotti is not dead. You read the title right. We are on these stairs because this is symbolic for building. This is why we make this series. This series is always rather sad, but then again, it's also here to remind us of the people that we lost, the people that could never be dead. So I'm not here to tell you about what year Irv Gotti was born or anything like that. That's not important. What's more important is the legacy that he left behind, and that's what we are here to talk about. And plus, I don't want him passing to go unnoticed. So if you're watching this and you're a younger generation, I want to stress to you how big Irv Gotti was when I was growing up. Now, thank God, on my life path, I got to meet a lot of my hip-hop heroes. I never got to meet Irv Gotti, man. I wish I did. So just so you understand, back in the 90s, America was still very much segregated as far as like music goes, your taste of clothing, things like that, right? In New York was like hip hop. But if you travel outside of New York, you go to Jersey or PA to the, suburbs, then the kids would see me dressed in my baggy pants and my 5X white tees, man, and they would call me a wigger, right? That's how much segregated it was. So when I came to America in 1996, I fell in love with hip hop. My first CD that I just listened to nonstop was Tupac's All Eyes on Me. And the song that really got me was Shorty's Gonna Be a Thug. And that song was so personal to me because I just came from Ukraine and I lived on the streets, and here Tupac was talking about no mother, no father, you see the kids all alone, man. And I was like, wow, this is about me, man. And then I got to know Nas, and then we got to see Ja Rule. So in 1998, DMX, Ja Rule, and Jay-Z, they come out with this banger, this song. I can't think of the name right now, right? But just so you understand, I want to stress to everybody that back in the 90s, to us street kids, hip hop was sacred, man, right? We had a dress code, we had a talk code, speech code, everything. And when people think, hip hop black or white, yes, black Americans created hip hop, but me living in the streets in Ukraine, me living in the streets in New York, and me traveling around the world, I've noticed that around the world, the street culture is very similar, right? The street culture is very much like a one thing, right? Around the world, man. And that's why hip hop became so big around the world. That's why us street kids, we embraced it. So again, in 1998, DMX, after he came out with Get At Me Dog and the album It's Dark and Hell It's Hot, he was the biggest thing, man. Even people that didn't listen to hip hop was buying DMX's album. So then DMX and Jay-Z, they introduced to us Ja Rule. And just so y'all understand, from 1998 to about 2003, Murder Inc., which Irv Gotti started, they were running hip hop, man. It was so beautiful. Here were these ghetto kids that couldn't get a record deal. They went out and they formed their own record labels. We're talking about Jay-Z and Dame Dash with Rockefeller. Dame Dash, shout out to Dame Dash. We're talking about Irv Gotti and Ja Rule with Murder Inc., right? We're talking about kids like Benzino, man. You think Benzino acting wild right now? Benzino had the game on lock with The Source and everything in the 90s, man. So when Murder Inc. signed Ashanti and they put them both together, Ashanti and Ja Rule, man, it was the biggest thing in the world. You couldn't go to a club without hearing one of the Murder Inc.'s song, man. You couldn't go in a club without hearing a Ja Rule song. And don't get it twisted. It's later that Ja Rule was, you know, singing a little bit on the beats and everything. Before that, he was like hardcore street hip hop. He's a kid from Queens, you know what I'm saying? He came out with the album Veni Vidi Vici. Shout out to Ja Rule. But the masterminds of all these movements were people, again, like Dame Dash and like Irv Gotti, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and this, again, they ran the game all the way until 2003, obviously, when 50 dropped. And we know the way the industry is. We know the way the fans are. Fans turned on Murder Inc. and Ja Rule and all of that. But to all you young kids, to all you young people, I want you to understand the impact that Irv Gotti has made on someone like me. I'm a hip hop artist, right? And I'm a hip hop kid. People like Irv Gotti has made a tremendous impact in a lot of ways. They changed our lives. They gave us something to do and something to look forward to. You gotta remember, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, hip hop wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, what it is right now. It wasn't this huge industry, man. So we felt like we were part of something underground, part of something special. And of course, you know, I'm so glad that Irv Gotti got to see the way hip hop took over the world, man. I wish Biggie and Tupac, imagine if they had a chance to see where hip hop has, you know, gone and how hip hop has grown all around the world. So I wanted to give a shout out, man, to Irv Gotti. Peace to his whole family. I didn't want to do this video. I never want to do these videos right after the person passes, you know, give the family some time. And I'm going through something right now also, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to give a shout out to his family. Shout out to Ashanti. Shout out to Ja Rule, to the whole Murder Inc. squad, man. And we will never forget Irv Gotti, because Irv Gotti is not dead. He can never be dead. His legacy will always live on. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Irv Gotti is not dead.